Hello lovelies, it's Amy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a look with the Colourpop Sweet Talk palette. Now I've only used this once since I've got it, but I love it. And we're going to jump right in and get started. Let me get a mirror. The first thing I'm going to do is I think I want to take a fluffy brush. Now this is just the BH number 5. I'm going to take this color Catch Me. It's just a nude color. I'm going to put that all over my eye. We just want it as a base, so anything we lay on top of it hopefully will blend more seamlessly. That's the idea. Now the next color I want to take is going to be this color called Work It. It's like a camel-y color. We're going to put that right in the crease. Just little windshield wiper motions like this. We're going to get back some more on there. Now so far I've only used this palette one other time, like I said, but I have noticed that, like with my other Colourpop palettes, there is a little bit of fallout. There is a little bit of kick up in the palette. Nothing major, nothing that I would never repurchase again over, especially for the quality and the price that you get of Colourpop shadows. Alright, now next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take this color right here. It's called Feel Free. It's like a burgundy type color. We're going to go in with a more dense brush. This is just a BH number 8. We're going to take that, we're going to apply it to the outer corner, just like this. Now when I put a dark color on like this, I don't, go in like this. I like to take it and I like to place it like this on the eye. That way, for me, I typically get less fallout on my face, and it applies it more evenly and more, I guess, more fuller of pigment than if you went in swiping with it everywhere. I'm just going to lay it exactly where I want it to start with, and then I'm going to worry about blending it after I lay it down. See how we're just laying a nice base of this color down? It's all jagged right there. I'm not worried about that because we're just going to blend it. Doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to go back. And like I said, you are going to experience some fallout. It's not a huge deal. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is take that exact same burgundy color. We're going to apply it to the inner corner. So it's almost as if we have like a halo eye look. It's not going to be so much of a halo eye look at the end because I'm going to have it a little more diffused, hopefully. We're going to apply it just in that inner corner. And if you're not so good at this right now, just practice. It takes practice to be good at anything. So before you get in the shower, like if you take a shower at night, practice with your makeup at night. Practice what you don't do as well that you wish you could do as well. If you can't do a wing liner on point, practice before you get in the shower when it doesn't matter how it looks. And then you can just wash everything away in the shower. But I guarantee you, if you do that over time, you're going to get so much better time and time again because you're practicing at it. Makeup is about art, it's about learning, it's about expressing yourself. It's all these things combined into one. So have fun with it and don't beat yourself up if you can't do a certain, application of makeup. Alright. Now that we've got a little more of this color almost dipped into this palette that I'm using for a mirror. Okay, now that we've got that laid down, I'm going to actually go in with this is a Luxie 209 large shader brush. Now this isn't a fluffy brush like what you would normally blend with, but I'm going to use it to just softly blend those lines right there. Because I don't want to really move the color around all over my lid. I just want to diffuse the edge, so it's not a harsh line. Can you see the difference between these two so far? just with that little bit of diffusing at the edges. And we're gonna go just like that. And just do it just like that. Now I do already have my base on today and the rest of my face because I really just wanted to do an eye tutorial. If any of you guys wanted to see how I did my foundation or my eyebrows, I could definitely upload a video. My base is the Supergoop CC Cream in light medium. My eyebrows are the Cabral in Benefit number 2, shade number 2. My contour is Hoola bronzer, and I cannot remember the name of the blush. I'll have to link it. I'll link it in the description after I look up what it's called because I forgot. It's the 4-colored one in the same pan from Benefit. But I really like that one because it gives just a natural appearance. It's not pink, it's not brown, it's not orange. It's just a flush of a pretty color. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with that same big fluffy guy. And since I've already done my concealer, oh, that was with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in Light. I've been using that again. I normally use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, and I have went back to using the Age Rewind because I forgot how much I enjoyed using that. I forgot how nice it was. So we're just taking that burgundy color, swiping it under the eye because I want a little bit of a smokier look under the eye. So I'm definitely gonna smoke it out under here. Okay, this is where we're at right now. Now the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and get a big fluffy brush like this. That's just to wipe away any fallout that we have so far. Okay. Now for this part, for the center, I'm gonna go in with my finger on the lid. And I think for this one, I want to first use the In Case You Missed It color right here. My chair is a little bit squeaky. And I'm going to lightly pat that in the center with my finger. Make sure, I dipped into the wrong color. Make sure you go all the way to the lash line with your eyeshadows, because a lot of things I've seen sometimes in up-close photographs is that they still have a line. It's not as easy to see it if they're wearing falsies, but there could be like a line of demarcation between the eyelid and where the eyelashes are because they're not taking their color far enough down, which that's just probably from rushing or not paying attention to detail. But it's a super easy fix. You just go as close down with your eyeshadow as you can to the lash line with either your brush or your finger, whatever you're using. Now that we have that as a base color, I'm going to go on top of that and apply Meadow, this really pretty coral pink color. I'm going to do the same thing with my finger and apply that on top. I just wanted a bit of a darker base. Before I applied this on top, just for some depth, for some dimension. Now I'm going to actually bring that color up, 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 pat, pat. When you're applying with your finger, you can pat, 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 pat. Now you see how intense that looks? It's like, whoa, we're not finished yet, so don't worry. Take my fluffy brush, diffuse again. That color gave a lot of fallout, if you can see it. We're going to go back in. Okay. Now we're going to take, let me go ahead and get that off, because that's a lot. Okay. Now we're going to go back in with that flat brush again, if I could find where I put it. The dense shader guy right here. We're going to go back in just to reinforce that purple color, because you want to go in afterwards and just make sure that that color is still standing strong. And you actually want to take it and start diffusing like that into where your second color comes into. Just like that. Now you can see the difference between this one and this one just with that little bit of a applying of color. Okay. And that's where we're at right now. That's how that looks. So now I'm going to take a tiny shader brush. This is from Vasanti Cosmetics. It's called Contour Eyeshadow Brush. This is just a long, tapered, little blendy guy. He's a little more dense than a regular blender brush. This is for more like precise application, I would say. Next we're going to take Dream Maker, which is a light pink, and I'm going to try to precisely place that right here at the top, only where I want it. I don't really want to so much disturb the color beneath as I do just laying that down right there. Have a hair in my mouth. We're going to go back in with that color, do the other eye. Just like that. And I'm also going to run some of that color underneath, just at the edge of what we already placed there, just to give a little dimension to that as well. There we go. Okay, and now that we've got that blended out, I'm going to take a different blending blush, one that's a little, let me show you. This one's a little more dense, and this one's definitely fluffier. See that? This one's just a little more dense. They're about the same size, but this one's a little more flexible. And I'm going to go in and just lightly, really lightly combine those two colors seamlessly. Okay. And this is where we're at right now. The next thing I want to do is we're going to definitely apply some glitter. Trust me. Because these are beautiful in this palette. I love that Super Shock shadow in there. Oh my god, I love it. It makes me want to go and literally buy all of their Super Shock shadows. Next thing we're going to do is I'm trying to find my brush. I'm going to take this is just a shadow brush. It's from the Vintage Cosmetic Company. That's a little stained from yesterday when I used it. And I'm going to go back in with that nude color called Catch Me. And I just want to run that between my brow and that color we just laid down. Just because I want to make sure there's a lightness between my brows and that color. That's just something I prefer. It's personal preference. Some people take the color all the way up to the eyebrows, and I do that with some looks, but I do not want to do that for this look. I want it to be separated, and it did make a difference. I don't know if you could tell. Now we're gonna go in, and I think I'm going to use, this is what we're gonna do. Let's take this side to side color, which is the Super Shock shadow. And I love this. If you've never felt a Super Shock shadow, it's so weird. It's the weirdest consistency because it's like bouncy, like it's a cream, but it's not a cream. But it does apply like a little wet, if you will. We're going to take some of that on our finger. It's the best way to use it. I would not recommend using a brush for that color. I don't think it would work. And where we laid down the pink color, we're going to start to pat that out because you don't want to pick up the color that you've laid down. You don't want to pick up all that work you just did. You want to take it and pat, 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 pat like this. And we're going to take it up a little higher. Just like that. Now I'm going to go back in with one of my little fluffy guys that I just had. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to see if I can break the monotony up of where I just placed it on this one eye. It's a little close together for me. There we go. Can you see that? Okay. Now on top of that, we're obviously going to take this beautiful Prima Drama color right here too, because I have to. But first, before I do that, I actually think I want to go in one more time with that purple, just to darken it back up again on the outside. Because with every blending that you do, it's going to take some of the intensity away from it, which is to be expected. So I'm just going back in and we're gonna deepen it again, just for the sake of this look being a little bold, if you will. And then I'm gonna go in with my pencil brush. This is a BH one. I have a BH set of brushes right here next to my set of all kinds of other brushes, so that's why it keeps ending up being BH cosmetic brushes, because that one has less in it and I can see better what I'm using. I need to declutter my brushes and see what I want to get rid of. Okay, we're just taking that purple color back under the eye also. Alright, we're going to knock off any fallout, because those glitter shades do have some fallout, unfortunately, but that's what it is. Okay, so now we're going to go in with that Prima Drama, which is a pressed glitter. Beautiful, looks like this. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to tap, 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 tap. And I'm going to show you up close in just a moment what we're dealing with. Okay. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm liking right now. Okay. I'm going to go back in with a shader. I'm sorry, a fluffy brush. And just make sure my dark edges are blended out, since I didn't do that just a second ago. Just little circular buffing motions lightly. Okay. This is what we're doing. Now, because I think, man, that looks nice. Let me zoom you in and show you what I'm looking at here. That color is so pretty. It really is. Those colors together. Oop. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. I think I might have zoomed you out too far. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Now I'm gonna take, what did I do with it? Oh. I'm gonna take some Ciate London Wonder Wand Gel Kohl. Oh, that's the wrong end. It's got two ends on it. One's for like a little smudgy. It's just a black eyeliner, because I'm out of my favorite one. I talked about that one in my video yesterday. I think it's the Sex Kitten eyeliner. It's my favorite one. It's so black and it really stays on a long time. I don't have to worry about it being really smudgy. Ladies, there's no pretty way to do this. You know it's gonna look crazy, alright? Ladies and gentlemen. Whoever may be watching. Anyone can appreciate makeup. Okay, so that's with the black. And if you don't want it as intense of a look, you don't have to add black eyeliner. You could add no eyeliner. You could add a nude eyeliner, and that would make your eyes actually look bigger than what they are. Next thing we're gonna do is curl lashes, because when you put mascara on without curling your lashes, unless you have naturally very curly lashes, the mascara is just gonna weigh them down. And it's just not gonna be as nice looking as if you had, you know, curled them. This is the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. We're just gonna apply that. Okay, and I mentioned this in my last video, that whenever I do my mascara, I tend to get it on my eyelid, on the top and bottom, just because of how long my lashes are. And so I showed you guys in that video how to clean up if it does happen without messing up your entire eye look. But chances are it's going to happen to me while I'm doing it now. and I can show you again. Even if it doesn't, I'll show you. Okay, now that we have our top done, let's move on to the bottom. And see, I've already got it on the bottom eyelid. Probably from talking while I'm doing mascara, which it's better if you don't, but I do. Okay. Now let's see. Actually, let me go back in with a second coat on the top. I really like this mascara so far. I've been using it for, I got a tube like 2 months ago, and I ran out and got another one. And I really am liking it so far. But I love trying different mascaras because it's one of my favorite products to try. There's so many of them out there. Okay. And anything to make my lashes look like real giant false lashes I love. So let's take, okay. Now, let me zoom you in so you can see. Okay. So for example, you can see right there where I got it. I'm just gonna swipe back and forth with a Q-tip, just a regular Q-tip. And you're gonna do little swiping motions like this to help you get it off. Okay. Now I'm gonna see if I got it on my top lid. Got a little right here. I actually got a little right there. Just do little twisty motions, and I always bring more than one with me, just in case. And if you do happen to go too hard and pick up some product, you can just put more product down. It's not a big deal. Okay? Now let me see. And I do have, that glitter does fall out on the face. The big chunky one, the Prima Drama, that one does like to fall out, but just try to take the tip of your fingernail and scoop it off if you can. If a brush won't do it, because I don't think a brush is going to pick up those chunks. Okay. Now that we're done with that part, we're going to move on. Like I said, I have my base on, my contour, my blush. We're going to, I did a little bit of highlight, just a natural amount, but I really actually want a little bit more. So I'm going to take this Luxie 522 taper highlighter brush, and we're going to go in with Becca, what color? Oh, this is Champagne Pop, this highlighter, which I love. We're going to go in, we're going to really buff this on the side of our face. I like this color. It goes really well with this look because it's like a, it's got like a, I wouldn't say pink tint, but almost to it. We're going to tap that right there. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is get a teeny tiny brush. This is the one I used for this. This is a Luxie 111 mini flat angled brush. And it's just a little, let me use my finger to cover that up. It's just a little angled guy. I like to go in like that. And I like to touch this to my inner corner with that. It's a nice little detailed brush for that. And then I'm going to hit under the eyebrow with it. Just for a lift. When you put highlighter under your brow, it catches the light and it just like lifts the eyes. It gives you a more lifted appearance than normal. So let me go back one more time. Make sure that highlighter I just placed is nice and even. Okay. And I'm actually going to see if I can knock that glitter off. Because she's a stubborn one. She doesn't want to come up. Oh, did we get her? No, we didn't. She does not want to come off my face. That's her new home now. She's not coming up. Okay. Lastly, we're going to take, I think, will this go with this? I think so. We're gonna take this Tardiest lip paint and Home Slice, and we're gonna do our lips with this. I really like the applicator on this. It's got like a little divot in it that hugs the curvature of your lip really well. And we're gonna do the bottom. This formula is a little dry, but it's not uncomfortable. But it doesn't transfer once it's dry. Same thing, you mess up, take a cotton bud, a clean one, and clean your lines up. And this color I think looks really pretty with this look. Now if we want, we can take a gloss on the top of that. This one is, I don't know how to say this, but I think it's Oryza. O-R-Y-Z-A. I don't know. I think that's what it's called. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty color. I think it would actually go with this one very well. The other one I don't think is going to go with it so well. So you can leave it matte and have a matte look like this. Or you can use this lip topper. And this is in the color Rose Glow. If I can get it open. And we're gonna, gonna top it. Just blend it out. I'm gonna wipe some of the product off like this, just to take what's on my lips already and take it towards the end. Okay. And that really, I think, elevates it a little bit, makes it look nice. So this is the finished look. Let me zoom you in and give you a look. These are the eyes. And this is that lip color. Okay. And I really like it. I like how this turned out. But that completes this look for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every week. And I'll see you next time. Bye!